What's up, guys? This is Skylar at Savage Truth 603. Today I want to talk about college, or more importantly, why you should stop pushing it on your kids. I know that statement probably doesn't sit right with some people. Those are probably the same people that think everybody should get a free education. Everybody should get free college. Well, the fact of the matter is that's not a thing. I know that there are certain cities that are doing some free community college stuff, and that's awesome. That's great that those cities can provide free college to people. I'd like to see who the beneficiaries of said free college are. I wonder if there's any sort of bias in there. But back to my original point. I was at a party a few weeks ago, and I was standing around talking with a few people, some who were a little bit older than me, and they were talking about how their kids had gotten 4-year college education, gotten their degree, and after college couldn't get a job in their field of expertise. And these weren't finite fields, these weren't specialty degrees. These were business or marketing or things of that nature. They talked about the student loans these kids are paying that are a mortgage. I mean, $1,000, $1,500 a month for the education that got you a job stocking shelves at fucking Macy's. I got a free education. You know how I got a free education? I went into the trades. Even if you don't get a free education in the trades, which I've never heard of an employer who doesn't pay for trade school. It costs you $4,000 for 4 years. You walk out of trade school with a license that guarantees that you will have a job for the rest of your life. And I can say that with confidence because I know what the industry in New Hampshire looks like right now. I work for a company that employs close to 120 plumbers. It is a struggle to get good help. It is a struggle to get the amount of help that we need. I read a statistic once a couple years ago, and don't hold me to this number, but I'm pretty sure it's if it's not exactly accurate, it's very close. For every 7 plumbers that leaves the trades, 1 goes in. The average age of plumbers in the state of New Hampshire is, I believe, over 50 years old at this point. So the shortage that we're seeing now is a drop in the ocean compared to how bad it's going to be in another 10 years if we don't find a solution to this problem. And the solution is real simple. Stop telling your kids to go to college. And I don't mean nobody should get a college education, obviously. Doctors and lawyers and things of that nature that require, a PhD or a master's degree, things that require a high level of education, absolutely. Should you send your kids to school for lesbian expressive dance therapy or fucking gender studies? Gender studies. There's only 2. See, now you don't need that education. I just hooked you up. Courtesy of the Savage. If you care about your kids, at least bring up the idea of the trades. Look into the Micro Foundation, see what he's doing for kids. I joined the trades right out of high school. I've been a plumber for 18 years now. As a lot of you know, I just put my tools down this past spring and got a management job. That's not through any special white privilege. That's not through any sort of handouts. That's not me being given anything. I was never given anything. The median average household income, that's 2 incomes now, is, again, don't quote me on the exact number, it's about $73,000 a year per household. So that's figuring for 2 incomes. I make more than that by myself. I make a significant amount more than that by myself. I went to school 2 nights a week for regular session, just like school. Start in September and you're done in April usually. It's 3 hours a night. Half of it you're talking about code, and the other half you're learning techniques and talking to other tradesmen, and it's a great way to get an education that will carry you through the rest of your life. So this message is directed at parents. This message is directed at aunts and uncles. This message is directed at mentors. This message is directed at anybody who cares about children or the future of our economy or the future of our state. You hate paying for a plumber now? What do you think it's going to be like when 50% of them have retired? I'll be charging $300 an hour. That's more than most surgeons make. And all it took was trade school and a little bit of work ethic. Show up to work every day and do your job. Get your hands dirty. And this message is in no way just directed at boys. We would love to see women in the trades. We would love to see women in the trades. A lot of people think that being a plumber is a job where you're plunging toilets and snaking drains all day. Don't get me wrong, that is a small aspect of what plumbers in general do. There's absolutely no reason for you to ever have to pick up a plunger in this trade. You can go into new construction. You're never touching anything like that. We have a service department that handles that stuff, and they signed on for that, and those guys are making bank. And I mean bank. Benefits. I got the best benefits at it. Anybody I know. Literally, anybody I know. Health, dental, vision. My 401k is ridiculous. I mean, you name it. You know, you get into a management position like I am. I got a company truck and a gas card. That's huge. You know what that's worth per hour? What other company are you going to work for? What other field of expertise are you going to get in where they're going to give you a vehicle and a gas card? Let that one sink in. Don't get me wrong. If you have a child that you know is gifted, if you have a child that you know is exceptionally intelligent, send them to college. Make them the next Ben Carson, neurosurgeon. That's what you should go to college for, to be a surgeon. Even just a couple of decades ago, if you told somebody you were a plumber, you were looked at in high regard. You were held in high esteem. Tradesmen were the backbone of America. Everybody respected tradesmen. Today, you say you're a tradesman, you say you're a plumber, electrician, or welder, drywaller, flooring contractor. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what trade you say. You tell people you're in the trades, and there's a stigma that goes along with that now, that you're not smart enough for college, or you're a criminal, or you're a drunk or a drug addict. Am I going to tell you that there's none of that in the trades? No. There's plenty of that in the trades, but there's plenty of that in your office too, you know? It's not separated by career choice. And I know a lot of people who've done some shady shit who've ended up in an office. It's not about education level. It's about work ethic, and it's about drive. Since the day I stepped into this trade, I knew that I wanted to do more than just be an installer. I worked hard at that. I took every training that they would give me. I crushed my apprenticeship, passed both my journeyman's and master's with over a 95. I care about this trade. I love this trade. It's going to provide for me and my family for the rest of my life. And I don't have to work hard about it anymore. I don't have to work hard at it anymore. Now I sit in an office and I tell other plumbers what to do. Guys 10, 15, 20, 30 years older than me. So one more time. If you care about kids, if you care about our state or the country in general, if you're sick of paying so much for a goddamn plumber, get your kids in the trades. If you care about kids, share this video so somebody besides my friend list can see it. That's all for me. That's the end of my ride home rant. This is Skyler with Savage Truth 603. Find me on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Peace.